What if there was a top flagship cube for under $8? That would be nice, wouldn't it? Anyway, the Qiyi Warrior M is Qiyi's newest budget cube, and an astounding $9 for both UV coating and magnets. It seems promising. There's also a $6 version without UV coating. Upon unboxing, I was met with a cube that was a bit too tight and ridiculously fast. Not a bad thing since a tight cube is better for new cubers and was still usable, but I loosened it and added a bunch of Cosmos to slow it down. The cube moves with barely any friction. I don't have to put in any effort to start or stop a turn. This may prove difficult to use in a competition setting, but at home it feels great. The feeling is plasticky. I don't know how else to describe it, but I can feel the smooth plastic of one layer rubbing against the plastic of another layer while turning. The cube is smooth as opposed to snappy and slightly reminds me of an MS3RS3. I don't know, it's a slight resemblance. It also feels hollow, but that's standard for a budget cube. The magnets are weak when compared to the speed of the cube. They are there, they do help, but I wish they were a bit stronger. That's probably just my preference though. It took me a while to get the hang of this cube, in part due to its corner cutting. It can do 45 with some effort. Small corner cuts are easy enough, but they aren't effortless, which leads to some weird catching and instability when I try and go all out. This is because, while corner cutting, the cube seems to correct a bit too late during the turn. See what I'm talking about here. As a result, it feels like the cube doesn't stay in a cube shape, and the pieces of the cube shift around into awkward positions when I do certain finger tricks. This is something you can work around and get used to, but I'd rather not. Because of this, I can't get close to my normal times on this cube. I can still get sub 10, but I'm always scared of locking up on this cube since it's happened way too often. The Warrior M isn't the only magnetic cube around this price range. We also have the Daincheng Solar, the Xena Star, and the Moyu Meilong V2M. Out of these, only the Meilong has UV coating. I don't recommend the Daincheng Solar for anyone. That leaves us with the Xena Star, the Meilong V2, and the Warrior. Surprisingly, the cube shape problem I had with the Warrior is less present in the Xena Star, and non-existent in the Meilong V2. Kinda crazy, given that on paper the Meilong is the least stable out of these three, but in practice I can execute algorithms at high TPS with confidence. As a result, I am able to get times closer to my average with these two cubes than I am with the Warrior. The Xena Star is more stable, and the Meilong V2 is faster out of these two. The Qiyi Warrior M is a remarkable cube for the price, and Qiyi has done an excellent job with it. It's fast and light and has a pretty nice feel, all things considered. However, due to a major instability problem, turning it your fastest is difficult, and other options in this price range can give you more bang for your buck. But that doesn't mean that this cube can't work for you. You can purchase this cube using the link below at speedcubeshop.com. Use code NOTME at checkout for 5% off of your order. Thanks for watching, and until next time.